life, with encouragement, with hope, all going towards the same place. What I bring to the world as a teaching is that even when one feels wrong about oneself, that's okay. That's okay, because that's part of a much larger plan. I felt that there was no place for me. There's definitely a place for all of us there.
And it's actually on special for that.
With his beautiful, beautiful melodies of praising God through the verses of Hallel on Independence Day, but someone who comes from here in Seattle, Shaul Yudelman. I said, this is divine providence. My journey began at 20 years old in 1971, as I began to leave my Egypt, and concludes at 60 years. In a sense, my own soul had been raised by enemy forces, occupied by a foreign oppressive power, and was now undergoing its own extensive restoration project. We all come into the world imperfect. Some a little bit more, some a little bit less, some very obviously, some not so obviously, some more external, some more internal.
Because I don't feel like I belong on the other side of the Mechitza, and I certainly don't feel like I belong on the side of the Mechitza that I did when I was born. And so I'm wondering, as someone who, whose life journey moved in a different direction than mine, how do you see that? How do you come to satisfaction with being on the other side of the Mechitza?
Great question. I've been asked that many, many times. So, in a synagogue, and you read about this in the book, there was a physical divider, either down the middle, like this, separating a men's section and a women's section. Now, she was brought up as a man in an Orthodox world. I was brought up as a man in the conservative world. So my shul never had a mechitza, and your shul did. And you were on the male side. So interestingly enough, in my journey, in my book, I talk about how if one is looking at the Western Wall in Jerusalem, and the mechitza goes right down, not the middle, I'd say it's more like 2/3 one, which I have issue with much more than that is a mechitza, right? I fell in love with Israel when I first deplaned and worked on the tarmac. And 20 years later, on my 40th birthday, I realized there's no place for me. Israel has not changed. I have changed. There most definitely is a place for me. There's a place for every Jew there. And by extension, many non-Jews. I felt that there was no place for me. That was inside. There's definitely a place for all of us there, in different ways, in different versions, because that's our home. I don't know if that answered the question. I hope it does.